Proud of the team and the competitiveness we showed on Saturday. Definitely did not start fast and up to our liking there, but we never really flinched. And I think just the spirit of our guys on the sideline, what the energy was there, and also in the locker room at halftime, just really showed that our guys are understanding the fight that it takes each and every week in a SEC game for 4 quarters to get a win. And so got a couple takeaways that were key. Time of possession, something that certainly was a positive for Vanderbilt, and will be again this week against Missouri. Something that we took advantage of. Thought there was again some things that we did better, but some things that we definitely got to improve on. And it's a hard reset this week going into Missouri. I think our guys, understood that. And Sunday, just making that and flipping the switch to where we got to move forward. We got a very good football team coming off a bye week. We got to play a 11 o'clock kickoff and on the road. So just got to be ready to get ready to roll tomorrow. Have a great week of practice, and the guys I think are, now into that just rinse and repeat kind of mode. Each and every week, understanding the process. And we got to continue to get better at the process, because again, those things that happen early in the game, or our lack of execution early in the game, that happened for a reason. Some of it's your opponent, but some of it's we got to do our job better. And so that's going to be the challenge going ahead here. And, again, Missouri poses a lot of problems for you, just what they do physically, running the football. I mean, they're dominant against the run. They're dominant. Time possession, put a lot of points on the board and hold teams down. With the limited possessions you're probably going to get. So Coach Drinkwitz has done a great job building that program up. Been super consistent here with the wins, but also just consistent each and every week with what you're going to get. And we're going to be looking forward to a great challenge on Saturday.
Thanks, Coach. Let's start with Nick on the far right.
Yeah, Ty was using words like unacceptable and ridiculous to talk about things that he did in the game. How have you seen him battle complacency?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's a reason to be complacent yet, because we've been, still early in the season, and just that's the way we talk in the program. Just with it ain't good enough. Like there's so much area, and you're working on things, and you want to acknowledge improvement. You want to acknowledge the ways that we fight, but from an execution standpoint, there was a lot of stuff that we can do better. And I think Ty recognized that. He felt that. You can. We're addressing it on the sideline. He can feel it. He knows what it's supposed to look like, and he understands. And he's past the point now where he's got to try to prove to people that he can do it. He's done it at a high level. So now it's about his leadership with our team, and helping us be the best version that we can each and every week as we improve.
Go to Katie on the left side.
You're in the middle of a 4-game stretch against ranked teams, and I think 6 of the next 7 overall. You talked about Missouri's coming off a bye, so some of the other teams. Just, have you ever been part of a stretch like this before? Kind of how do you have to approach this with your team?
Yeah, I think there's always been times where you look at a month and you're like, back in whatever month in the spring, the schedule comes out, and you're like, okay, that's going to be a grind. But you don't even look at it that way. You look at one game and you focus on that one game, and that's what we did against Georgia. And that's what we did against Vanderbilt, and now that's what we got to do against Missouri. You focus on only that game, and when you do it, all of a sudden you find yourself going through the month, and you're like, okay, like we've gotten better, and okay, we got the win, and again, just focusing on the process, focusing on what it has to look like as we refine everything we're doing. Just competing at the highest level, where you just focus on those things that you can control. The schedule, you work through it one by one, and you end up, usually if you got the talent, you got the people, and you catch a break here and there, you end up on the right side of it.
Let's go to Charlie on the right side.
Yeah, Coach Grubb actually said that the red zone execution was poor on Saturday. What did you just see in that area of the field?
I mean, it's different things, right? We talk about Ty, and a lot of attention always goes to the quarterback, and he even acknowledged there's things he knows he can do better there. So it's just, to me, it's just execution as a whole. It's understanding the situation you're in. What's going to hurt us is going to be negative plays, being behind the chains, just is emphasized even more as you move closer to the red zone and in the red zone. And so it's going to hurt you out in the middle of the field when you're behind the chains, but as that space continues to shrink, and the defense is going to throw some more things at you because they're a little more desperate too, and have their way of going about things. You got to execute, you got to adjust as you move the ball into that area. We got caught behind the chains. We ended up with some plays that weren't executed and didn't get the yards we need to put ourselves in good, favorable down and distances.
Go to Chase on the far left.
Yeah, Coach Grubb mentioned that Jaden Roberts will probably see some action this week. He didn't against Vanderbilt. Just to be clear, was he dinged up, or is it more a situation where y'all are trying to get looks from other guys? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's competitive right now. If those positions, it's more than just his. And guys are competing in practice, and that's, to me, a big part, of what you got to do. And the comeback for him has been progressing. And I think that's why you probably feel the vibe from Coach Grubb and the words he said. But he's got to just keep doing it. And that's what we ask of every guy, some of these guys have gotten chances to get on the football field and taken advantage of it. And that's made it harder for others who maybe have had roles that were assumed. But it's competitive. And, Jade, love Jade. What a great kid, and got a lot of potential. And so just he's going to keep working.
We got a couple more questions on the left side of the room here. Let's start with Kalen and go to Emily Grace.
Hey, Kalen, how would you assess Connor Talty's performance, I guess, over the first 5 weeks, but specifically against Vanderbilt?
Yeah, disappointed in that first kick, but really you think about putting yourself in his shoes, and you miss that first one, and I think the next one was a tie game, and a pretty important kick when he had to go back out there, and for him to respond, eliminate any thoughts that might be in your head and move forward, and then make another one and make the three that were important in the score, being what it was. Even the one with the angle, you can overthink that too. And at the end of the game, to make it a 9-point game, that's an important kick and an important time. And it's not just him too; it's everyone else working in unison with the snap and the hold. Thought he responded well. There's nothing you can do about it when you do miss that one. Yeah, we want those points, but I thought his response was really good.
Let's go to Emily Grace.
Coach, the connection between Ty and the wide receiver room seems to be really strong. What is that dynamic like from your perspective at practice and off the field?
Yeah, I think they feel it. They feel what they're capable of, and so they continue to, I think, do a better job of understanding what the calls are, what Coach Grubb's looking for, what the staff's looking for, why we're running these plays, what the problems are that we can pose for the opponent when we execute, and then it's being at the right place at the right time, and then the ball placement will be there, and that leads to yards after catch, and so they're feeling that, and they know we'll go to them when they execute. So work on practice, talk it through, make sure if there's something that didn't feel right in practice or in the game, or something different than what the look is that we did see throughout the week. They're all over it. They're proactive, and I think that's what great teams do. And that unit working together, it's been fun seeing their growth.
Let's go to Jamie right in front.
Hey, Coach, coming off momentum from back-to-back emotional wins over Georgia and Vandy, how do you guard against the trap game mentality this week, and what reminders do you lean on to keep your guys sharp and focused?
I mean, they're 5-0. They're a ranked team, and so I think the whole thing isn't like it's not a surprise that we're facing this team that that's going to be at a high level on the road, and so it's taken all of our experiences that we've been through and applying it, knowing that going on the road is hard in the SEC, knowing that any game in the SEC is hard, and then taking our lessons learned or experiences, what I like to refer to them, and just understanding how we've become successful and how we've had improvement here. It just goes back to shutting up and doing the work, showing up and doing the work, doing those things each and every day that lead to a feeling of confidence that allows you to go out on the field on Saturdays and be successful and be the best version of yourselves. And you know, you've heard it from us. I mean, there's so many things that we fell short on, that, you know, really foundationally go back to the preparation or lack of, that we didn't have, and it might just be one play, it might be one person in that one play. So it's not the whole unit or a whole mindset where guys are overlooking. It's just one guy's gotta do his job better, and all of a sudden, you know, that's gonna eliminate an explosive run. And so, or, you know, one guy doing a better job of pass protection, and all of a sudden now we're converting a third down where a guy was wide open, that we could have, you know, had an explosive play, maybe even a touchdown on in the first quarter. So just gotta keep the pedal down. That's what our guys have done a great job of. They haven't listened to what's outside. You can't help but know that it's out there or hear it even a little bit. Whether it was the negative talk or the pats on the back, it means nothing. Our guys gotta keep moving forward. They got a long ways. I mean, I think we can see what the ceiling is, and it's much higher than what we performed even on Saturday. And that's what they gotta be excited about, that they haven't reached that, and that's what's gotta be the challenge moving forward.
Let's finish up with Joe on the back line.
Coach, what have you seen from William Sanders over the last couple of weeks to let him earn some playing time at left guard? And when you have Wilkin at right guard, and William and Kevin Riley in the backfield, you've got three players from right here in the area on the offense. What does that mean to you? And maybe do they add anything being local?
Yeah, I think from a local standpoint, that's pretty cool that those guys are contributing at the level they are and continue to get better, because that's certainly the case with all of them. They are continuing to get better, and that leads to, you know, just Sanders and what he's been doing and why he's getting his opportunity. He didn't go like, woe is me, when he wasn't getting those reps early this season. He just continued to grind, he continued to show up. And just like our team and what I'm asking of them, he's done that, taking it personally. And the guys that do that, they're gonna keep getting better. You know, you're in this program for a reason. We're counting on you. We're counting on you to get better. We're counting on you to help make our team what it can be. And he's done that. And so that's why he's, you know, gained a few reps in games that you've seen here over the last couple of weeks.
Thanks, Coach.
Yeah, thank you.